Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys? Happy Thursday. I hope you are all doing good. Go ahead and share this broadcast. Today we are going to have a good session and I'm so excited about it. So welcome to Breaking Limitations. My name is Joyce Marendes and our mission here is to empower, to equip, and to promote. And today I'm going to be talking about mindset for weight loss. So go ahead, if you know anybody who's interested in losing weight, which should be more than 50% of America and the world, go ahead and invite them to this session and we will start shortly. I'll go ahead and also share this on my page and also share this on the different groups. So go ahead and do that before we start. Hello, hello, okay. Let me go ahead and do that. I'll go ahead and share. So go ahead, guys, and share. Happy Thursday. Looking forward to talking to you guys today. We're going to be talking about mindset for weight loss. So I have received so many questions on my DM, people asking me questions, how they can lose weight, how they can maintain their weight loss, and just everything weight loss. So today we're going to talk about that. So go ahead and just continue to invite other people. And for me to be able to see you, go ahead and say something in the comments so I can be able to see you. Okay, I see a couple of people here, but I can't see who you are. So go ahead and just enter that information so I can be able to see you. Say something in the comments so I can be able to see you. Today is going to be exciting. I have one of my business partners and friend here who will be sharing with us shortly on just mindset. And so you guys, you just want to make sure you are here because it's going to be awesome. I know today has been such a busy day for me and I was just trying to get the kids to go to bed so I can be able to start this session without any hiccups. So guys, go ahead and continue joining. I see a few people who have logged in. Keep joining and keep inviting and also share in the different groups because today we're going to talk about mindset for weight loss. How many people have been struggling to lose weight? How many people have been struggling to just try to be healthy, especially in this season of the pandemic? So we're going to talk about that because there are many things that need to take place in order for someone to lose weight, but also just there's a mindset to it that you have to have in order to maintain. So I'll go ahead and I'll just wait for like 30 more seconds for you to just continue to invite. Then we're gonna start. Okay. This is awesome. So how many people are looking forward to the weekend? I am so looking forward. The kids are going to be on spring break. Hi, Danny. Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while, so make sure you stay on. And this topic that we're going to be discussing is awesome. So good to see you. Okay, thank you guys so much. Keep sharing. I see you've been sharing. Keep sharing, and we're going to start in like 5 seconds. Okay. So welcome to Breaking Limitations, where our mission is to empower you, to equip you, and to promote you. For those who don't know me, my name is Joyce Marendes, and on Facebook I am Amy Joy, and we have hold on one second. Okay, good. Yes, and on Facebook, I'm Amy Joy, but they're all my names. People ask me, well, how many names do you have? They're all my names. Can you imagine my parents gave me all those names? But anyway, that's a story for another day. So today we are going to have a special guest. She's one of my good friends. We've been doing business together and all about weight loss and snatch your waist challenge and everything. And so I'm gonna go ahead and have her come in. She's in backstage right now. I'll go ahead and have Miss Janetta Olaseni here with us, and then I'll be able to introduce her to you. So hold on one second. Okay. Hello.
Hello.
You.
I'm fine, sis. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. Welcome to Breaking Limitations show.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I feel so privileged.
Yes, I'm excited to have you here. You look amazing.
Thank you. So do you.
Thank you so much. So I was just telling the audience to look out for you and just telling them a little bit about you. So I want to make sure we have enough time for you to just share your journey. And the theme for today is it's mindset for weight loss. And we've both been in that journey and we're still in that journey. And we might be staying in this journey for a minute, but we'll still be here.
Yes.
Yes. So, guys, I just want to go ahead and read a little bit about Miss Janetta because she is an accomplished woman. So even just having her here is a privilege and an honor just to have her here. So Miss Janetta is a board certified holistic nurse. She's an entrepreneur. She's a self-compassion strategist. She's a total wellness coach. And she has so many accomplishments here. But I'm gonna let her tell us a little bit about herself. But one thing I just wanted to highlight is she has a bachelor's degree in biblical studies and a degree in nursing. She is board certified in holistic nursing, which I'd like for her to even tell us more about that, and then management and leadership experience. And so and Miss Janetta is also a veteran who has served in the US Army. So guys, she can do it all, you know. She has been there. She's a businesswoman. She's had so many successful businesses and just doing a lot of things even in the kingdom of God. So today I just want to give you a few minutes to just go ahead and introduce yourself to the audience before we start our discussion.
Well, first of all, I want to thank you for inviting me and also just to kind of throw that introduction back to you because I feel as a privilege to get to know you as well. Your husband are like family to us. And just the fact that to know you and to know everything that you've been through and the things that you kind of actually went through and got on the other side, you, my friend, have broken some limitations. So I want to give you a clap for staying the course, because we're going to talk about that when we get into talking about this mindset, because to me it's all about getting to know yourself, loving yourself, and we'll talk more about it, I'm sure, and just kind of developing that mindset of having self-compassion, because you have to do it. I posted something on Facebook, and I'll get to me a little bit later, but posted something on Facebook the other day about people nowadays, especially with this mask thing, especially with this whole vaccine type conversation, they're trying to solve internal problems externally. And so when you think about weight release, weight loss, whatever you want to call it, shedding, dropping weight, however you want to, term it, you have to start from the inside. And so my journey kind of goes a little bit like this. And to kind of fast forward, to get right where you probably want me to start would be 8 years ago, I was diagnosed with breast cancer, and I was diagnosed with stage 3B breast cancer, really, really close, knocking on the door, stage 4. The type of cancer I had, literally, I had a tumor that was growing in my left breast from 2 centimeters to 6. After chemotherapy, it went to 8 centimeters.
Oh,
So
wow.
chemotherapy that was supposed to shrink the tumor actually grew the tumor. And
Mm.
so at that point, we
Oops, you have frozen. Or you had frozen.
oh, what part did I
Okay.
freeze on?
Yeah, when you get to the when you got to the 8 centimeters,
Oh,
the tumor. Uh-huh.
yeah. Look, let me go back there. So, so the whole reason for doing chemo at that point, of course, I was in what we call allopathic medical world, where literally everything the doctor said, the medical doctor said do, I was all for it. I've worked with doctors. I've been an RN over 20 years. So I mean, they're my people. So I did exactly what we thought we needed to do. And
Mm-hmm.
so at the end of the day, though, that chemotherapy that was meant to shrink that tumor actually grew the tumor. And
Oh my
so
God.
starting off at 2, going to 8, and like really literally hanging on for dear life, literally. A couple of times I actually had near death experiences going through this journey. And literally I had to go from the inside at that point, sis, because at that particular point, I was literally in a crossroads of life and death. So what
Mm-hmm.
happened for me was I went on the inside and I asked God for wisdom. That's key.
Mm.
If y'all are taking notes, please write wisdom, because wisdom is the principal thing. You know,
Yes.
you want to seek God first because everybody has a different path. And
Mm.
so there's so many diets, there's so much out there, but everybody has a different path. God has a design for you, a lifestyle modification for you. And so you
Mm-hmm.
have to go to him to get that. And
Mm-hmm.
so literally I went into my prayer closet and sis, I was just like, Lord, you got to help me. The chemo is not working. It's getting worse. I feel like I'm about to die. I mean, I remember I remember Googling about the alkaline diet during the time I was doing chemo. And I said, Femi, my husband's from Nigeria, by the way. So that's why my last name is Olaseni or
Mm-hmm.
Olasheni. So I said, Femi, go get some alkaline water. And this is how I know my body was so acidic. Every time I drank that water while I was doing chemotherapy, guess what happened? It came right back up. So my
Wow.
so my inside, my internal being or environment was so acidic with that cancer process. I was 50 pounds overweight or even more, high blood pressure diagnosis, stressed out beyond belief, dealing with the employees and the staff and everything that we had going on in that home health agency. And so it turned me toward the holistic nursing. And I had to find a better way, and that was the natural way. And so I literally started diving, into research on alternative medicine, on complementary medicine, the types of things that we use for integrative nursing. I went head first into that and was introduced to a naturopathic physician. And he got
Mm-hmm.
me on board with all these things that we'll probably talk about later, or that people can connect with me about. But literally just making sure from the inside out, forgiveness was an issue with me. I had to let people go out of my heart. I was hanging around people, I had them as a prisoner in my heart. I had to let bitterness go, resentment go. So I had to do a
Mm-hmm.
lot of internal emotional release work. Even
Mm-hmm.
before I started learning about food, even before I started learning about mindful eating, even before I started learning about supplementation and herbs. And
Mm-hmm.
so, just so your audience understands, the situation I was in was life or death. People don't realize cancer is just really an abnormal or rebellious cell. We all have those type of cells. But what happens is when your T cells and things can't help you fight to get rid of that, or they're not strong enough and your immune system is blocked, which we'll
Mm-hmm.
talk probably about that too, hopefully, and
Yes.
in your gut and stuff like that. And so literally I was just, here it is, I'm from Georgia, just jacked up, and I needed a lot of help. And so I thank God for the wisdom and the track that he put me on. And so
Mm-hmm.
literally that's my story. I'm sticking to it. I have a whole bunch of other things that I had going on, but literally that is why I'm so passionate now about trying to help people and to prevent, because I
Mm-hmm.
believe prevention is cure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that is so powerful, because I know a lot of people, just when they think of weight loss, the first thing they just think of, okay, what diet should I follow, or what should I what should I start eating, or what exercises should I do? Should I sign up for the gym? All the things that people do at the beginning of the year. But unfortunately, by now, people are not even doing any of those things that they had signed up to do, or the things that they wrote down as resolutions. They're not achieving any of that. And that's the reason is because the change is not starting from the inside. It's just an outward change. And personally, I can just say, even from my own personal experience, God actually had to deal with me the same thing. And I think sometimes people don't realize the power of unforgiveness. Unforgiveness can lead you to your grave. And that's why even in the Bible they talk about, like, if when you're about to go to the altar to offer a sacrifice before God, if you realize that you need to ask someone for forgiveness, you should actually stop what you're doing, go ask for forgiveness, and reconcile first with that person before taking something before the Lord. That's how much God values that part of forgiveness and all that. And so when you walk in unforgiveness, your body doesn't even know what to do with that. So it just starts manifesting in all kinds of ways. And one of the ways is it messes up with your inside, and you start to you find yourself getting sick, or you can get sicknesses even that doctors can't figure out. Like, personally, doctors could not figure out what was wrong with me. So I had to get all kinds of tests. I had gotten, it started with just like, I went to my primary doctor, then it was like a cardiologist, and then it was a gastrologist, and then it was like a lung specialist. I can't even remember, the pulmonologist or whatever they call them.
Astrologists, all of them, girl. All the OGs.
I had to go see all the OGs, and they were all puzzled. They were just like, you know what? We can't really figure out what's wrong, but just take this medication. So everybody was prescribing medication.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like they didn't know what to do. So they would be like, okay, we're just gonna try to make you feel comfortable. And so I had all this medication, but nothing was working. And that's when I realized that one time I had a time where God just started dealing with me about my inside, like my emotional, my personal life, my even my generation, my family line. Because some things we do and some behaviors we have, it's just generational. You just got it from your family. Maybe your family, everybody's like, you know what? I will only forgive you one time. If they say you fooled me once. What is that saying?
You can't you say can't fool me twice, or you can't make me
something like, oh, you fooled me twice about fool or something, that thing. Yeah, so we say those things, and they sound cute, they sound funny and all that, but we are told to walk in forgiveness. We are not supposed to hold any grudges. All those things affect how our body reacts. And it's not just, and the good thing is, like, all these things, like, I'm so into like neuroscience and all that. And I love, because everything has now been backed up by science.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just about, because sometimes we'd say, oh, that's a religious talk and all that, but it's not just religious talk. Scientists have done research and all that, and they see the changes that happen when you walk in forgiveness, or the changes that happen when you're holding a grudge, and all kinds of stuff, things that happen even to your brain. Mm-hmm. So that's really, really powerful. So, and I know, like, for you were able to change your lifestyle. Other than just the internal work, you also did some outward things. Like, I know you had mentioned about even the chemicals, because based on the type of cancer that you had. And yeah, go ahead and just talk about that, because I think sometimes we take it for granted that, oh, all these products that we are using are just safe because maybe they've been approved by FDA, or maybe they've been done this. So let's just talk about that a little bit.
That's so good that you brought that up, because I want you guys to look up this word called obesogens. It's actually been backed up by science as well. It is a term that says that chemicals are making us fat. Mm-hmm. And so literally the type of stage 3B breast cancer they said I had, And I always say they said, because, you know, I believe I was healed from the beginning. So, but what they said that or diagnosed me with actually was what they call estrogen receptor type. And so that means that a lot of these products that, you know, that we use, even our cleaning products, even our beauty products, different types of non-stick cookware that we use instead of the glass and the actual good kind of cookware we should be using. Even the milk, not the milk, but the egg cartons that they have, the ones that are in the foam, all these things carry what they call xenoestrogens or phytoestrogens. And so literally you are picking up things that can block your pathways to be able to release the weight. In other words, they're called endocrine receptors. And so like they block that thing to actually help you to be able to release that weight. You're holding on to it. And so there's something that we always say in nursing, wherever salt goes, water follows. And so a lot of times you're not releasing and your electrolytes and stuff are not in balance. You know, when you're stressed out, the cortisol levels are increased. And so everything that's from the external thing in your environment that you're not taking care of as far as wellness will now back up from the inside. So everything has a cause and effect. What you're doing inside can show up externally. What you're doing externally can show up internally. And so this is why, again, it's so important to be connected to the Lord so you can actually know your path, because again, he will show you if you ask. And if you on here, you say, well, Janetta, I'm not religious. Well, like my sister said, you can do the research yourself. You got to get in tune on finding out exactly what your body needs. But everybody need to go to a plant-based lifestyle when it comes to their cleaning products as well, because there are other solutions and alternatives out there that are safer for your home. Do your research. Contact
me.
Contact Amy. Should give you more information about that. But there are other resources for you, and they are better and safer alternatives for you. You do not have to breathe in, because, you know, there's 4 ways that toxins enter the body. You know, we always talk about this. You know, you got inhalation, you got absorption that goes in your skin. It only takes about 26 seconds for those chemicals to really get inside your bloodstream. That's what they say, the oil-based ones. And then you got ingestion, what you eat. And then you got injection. So like if you get injected with any kind of medications or some of this other stuff that's out there, that's how toxins can enter into your bloodstream. So we got to be aware of those toxins. Yep.
And you know what you're saying is so true, because I like that, because this, for me, it's been a personal experience, because my son used to have asthma. And for a long period of time, we had been told that you just have to let him outgrow it, or maybe he'll have it his whole life. And so we used to carry an inhaler everywhere. We'd carry an inhaler to school, an inhaler to his daycare, an inhaler in church. I had an inhaler in my bag, you know, because he can have an asthma attack at any time. And so I remember one time this lady had told me to just, you know, she had told me to change everything in my house. So I was like, you know what's all this? Like she told me about it, but I didn't really care about it. And then also I met you and we started talking about all this, you know, just the wellness and just, you know, the importance of changing, just using clean products everywhere around. And so when I changed even just the cleaning products in the house, I noticed after a few weeks, I noticed that my son didn't need to have, because he used to have the breathing treatments almost every day. Wow. So I noticed like we would maybe have like 2 or 3 breathing treatments in a week. And then it went to where maybe it's just once a week. And then after some time, I realized, oops, we are not even having breathing treatments. And we were so used to having the treatments that I would just make him sit there. He puts his stuff, we put the medication, and he'll just sit there watching TV doing his breathing treatment. And he was so little, he was only like 18 months and 2. And you know, it's so hard for them to even accept that. They would try and
they want to go play and jump, especially boys.
Yeah, at first he used to cry a lot. He would take it out and just cry, and I would just beg him, please don't take it off. But then after some time, he just realized, okay, he would watch TV and just do his treatments. And so when we started using clean products, and then I just changed when I realized that he had stopped, he wasn't using the inhalers much, Then, of course, I started even changing just even the stuff we are eating in the house. I just started buying like organic chicken, organic this, organic that. And and then sometimes we always say that, oh, it's no big deal, or people would say that, but I realized it made such a big deal and a big difference. And so for me, I have a personal experience, so no one can really tell me that, oh, this stuff doesn't work. And I remember one time my son went somewhere and they were cleaning with I think they were cleaning with some Lysol or something, and he almost had an asthma attack. He just started coughing and wouldn't stop. And that's when I realized truly what we use for cleaning, what we use for washing clothes, what we use in the house is the one that's affecting him. And so I had to make all those changes about that. So it's so true.
And so let me help your people out there that's watching this and how that makes sense. Okay. Because I'm a simple coach. I like to keep it simple. So when you think about it, okay, when he's breathing in those fumes, where is it going? It's actually going to his gut. And so it gets there. I mean, of course, it has to go through other places before it gets there, but it ultimately resides in the gut, right? And so they've said 70 to 80. I'm hearing different things. I actually seen even 85% of our immune system and everything lies there. And so now when he has that smell, it sets off like a histamine response, and it actually tells his gut something. And so that's why we got to think about that gut and brain connection. And so I don't know if you're going to have time to talk about that either, but I mean, that's another thing that actually comes up. And so basically the poor baby was or the rich baby, I don't like to say poor baby, the rich baby was literally going through an attack, because of that. And his gut health is very important. So what we're actually putting around our children, what they're breathing in, what they're eating, I feel like as a parent, it's our responsibility to do our due diligence, to do our research. And if there's a safer product that's been proven to be effective, I mean, why not try that? And that's I feel the same way like you do. It's a personal experience for me. Nobody can tell me it doesn't work, because I know it works because it's worked for me.
And even one of the things nowadays I've learned is just to look at labels, because I think sometimes when we go to the store, we see all these labels of things we don't know. And so just a rule of thumb, I've realized if it has so many complicated names, that means it has too many chemicals for me. I won't take it. And so I try to look for products that are very simple, and going even to the organic stores and reading through labels. Just, it takes an extra time, because you're not just picking things up, and you'll get used to it, learn what's out there that you can have, what's not, what you shouldn't have. But at the end of the day, just it's so amazing that you can run every single day, and you can you can try to eat a salad every day. But if your salad it has your everything from your salad is full of pesticide, and then your salad dressing, and then the meat you're eating is it has all the pesticide and the antibiotics and all those different things they put, then it defeats the purpose. It messes up with your inside, and then you wonder, okay, why am I not losing weight? And a lot of people just get frustrated and give up and say, you know what, maybe because I've turned 30, my body is changing, or maybe I've turned 40, and your body changes, but there's some things that you can do to slow down that process, or even move you to a path where you can just remain healthy for as long as possible.
Exactly. Because that's the goal. The goal is not that so much that we, my thing is, I know chronologically I cannot do anything with my age. I'm 45. That's just what it is. But biologically, there are ways for us to set back our clock, and we can actually do that by doing some of those lifestyle modifications, making those changes. And one thing I will tell people is that we need to get more concerned with the journey of wellness, and more concerned with the lifestyle of wellness, more concerned with even the activities to get to our end goal, because a lot of times we want to rush to the result and not embrace the activities to get to the results, because that's very important. The activities will lead you there, just like it took you years to put it on. This is not a quick fits in. So, just
Yes.
take time, be patient with yourself, because the minute you start hopping on that scale, which, girl, I don't even get on the scale no more. I don't know if I told you that. I don't even get on the
Oh,
scale.
really? I hop on the scale every day.
Oh no, I don't do that. That's too traumatic for me. That's just too traumatic. That's too traumatic. I used to. Femi will tell you, I used to. Girl, I will hop on that scale every day, or at least every. Girl, I don't. You know what I go by? I go by how I feel, and I go by my clothes. That's what I do. And I've learned how to listen to myself on the inside. And that's one thing too, even in the morning. And my son say, they make fun of me. They say, Mom, you always talking to yourself. I said, well, hey, it's a saying that says, as long as you don't answer yourself.
Answer to yourself.
Any man was like, Mom, I think you do that too, though. I think you do. I think you talk to yourself and answer yourself. But I do a lot of talking to myself, girl. I'm my best friend. And he told me the other day, my baby 15, he said, Mom, I believe if this was the end of the world and you was the only person left, you'll have so much fun. I said, don't you know it? I'm just a ball of fun. Like, I love me. So it's like, I talk to myself in the morning. I said, Janetta, what kind of tea you want this morning, girl? What we gonna drink? And I wait, I pause, and I listen. And literally, I will either sense something like, you know what? Get some dandelion tea. You need to help your liver out. Or get some, because I do my own tea. So get this. And I literally, from the inside out, make my teas. And you have to be connected, and you have to take time to do your meditations in the morning, do your, talk to God all day, get into that commune. It's a conversation that you need to start having. And sometimes we have to put this down. Sometimes we have to shut things off. It's difficult, I know, but we have to do it to get on our inside. Yeah. And so that's one of my little things that I do. I do a lot of talking to me, and I do a lot of motivating me. I tell myself what to do a lot. I do.
And even just motivating yourself, talking to yourself, it's so important, because just from the way we've grown up and society and everything, we've had all this negative chatter that has been, maybe someone has spoken negative over you, or you think of yourself differently from what God says about you. And so sometimes you have to actually physically talk to yourself. I write myself notes every day. I even have my little I write myself notes in like a little card like this, and I'm always telling myself how I'm awesome, how I'm amazing. You have to do what you need to do in order to be able to pump yourself up and just also transform that negative mindset. And so one of the things even I wanted to just talk about is also about mindset, because mindset is a way of thinking, and it's affected by how you were raised, the family you were born in, and your outlook on life, your traumas, your experiences, all that affect your mindset. And so, and a mindset, I think I'd even put that on Facebook, I think yesterday. A mindset it's a filter of how you view the world. So how your mindset is going to affect how you react to different things that happen to you. And so even when it comes to weight loss, there is a mindset for weight loss. Because I remember I tried everything, and I mean everything that money could buy or anything I could afford, I tried it, because I was like, I just need to lose weight. So I did everything. I did all the journey. Craig, you buy the food. When you stop buying the food, the weight comes right back like a thief in the night. You go
like a thief in the night. Oh my goodness, buddy, so true.
Yeah, so I did all those where you count your points, and you count your points for a few weeks, then you lose track, or you go on vacation and lose track and forget everything. And I hired a trainer. He would train me and everything. As soon as I stopped having the trainer, everything just went back, and I was getting so frustrated. And I said, you know what, maybe I'll just never lose this weight, and maybe I'll just never be, I'll never be at this weight that I want to be. And I remember one time I was talking to my coach. She's called Elizabeth. She's in Arizona. And she told me, she just sat down and listened to all the stuff I was saying and everything. And she was like, you know what? The only thing, you don't even need all these things. You just need different mindset. And so that was really, no one had ever told me that. Everybody told me what I needed to eat, what I needed to stop eating. Everybody told me how I needed to exercise, how many times I needed maybe to start running or going to the gym. I had a gym membership that I never went to, but I used to pay for it faithfully. I even had a trainer that I was supposed to be paying that I never went. Look at that mindset, so messed up. And so when she told me I needed just a mindset change, I was like, okay, how do I do that? And that's what led me to this journey of just wanting to know more about the brain. How does the brain work? And who's saying what about the brain? And that's when I discovered like people like Dr. Caroline Leaf, Dr. Jody Spencer, Dr. Daniel Amen, and just so many different people who I started listening to, and I realized that when it comes to weight loss, I have the power in my hands. I had the power all along. I just didn't know how to use it. And it's so funny. Today I listened to this YouTube video of, he's called John Ashraf. I don't know if you know him. He also talks about his is called Neuro Gym. He talks about how you can exercise your brain. You can achieve anything by changing how your brain works. But he talked about that. He said how one time they were in Paris, and he bought his wife this bracelet that was so expensive. It was $9,000. So he bought her the bracelet. They really liked it. They were shown how to open it and close it and everything, and she liked it. And then they were traveling all over Europe. So the first day she tried to open it, she couldn't take it out. So she was like, okay. So the second day she tried it to take it out. They all tried to take it out. It didn't work. And they were so frustrated. She stayed with it for 8 days while they were on tour. Then they flew back to Paris, and they went to that store. They were like so upset, like, you know what? I don't even think I want to keep this. And they were just upset because they had tried so hard. And then the owner of the store just looked at them and was like, oh, all you needed to do was to press this little thing here, and it just opened in less than a few seconds. It just opened. And the moral of the story was, you can have everything available to you, but if just one little thing is missing, you might not be able to get the results. Because they had all the money, they had all the vacation and everything. She got the bracelet she wanted, but she just didn't know how to open the bracelet. And they tried everything till they had to go back to where they bought it. And so when I thought of, even like when it comes to our mindset, like you can have all the tools, you can have all the diets, you can have all the membership to the gym, you can be able to even go buy your new running shoes, the expensive ones, and then you have the running clothes that people look at you, they're like, you know what, you're going to the Olympics with that outfit.
And you're gonna come in first place, girl. You guys,
you're going to represent America.
You too fly.
But if your mindset is not in the right place, then you will not be able to achieve your goal. And so I just wanted to even give people, like, one of the things that he had mentioned from that neuro gym session was they're different. Like when you're setting goals, there are different things that there's a different part of your brain that gets excited and sets goals, and that's the part that sets the goals during when the year begins. They're like, oh, this year I'm gonna accomplish that, but they forget there's another part of the brain that has to agree with all all those goals that you're setting. And so that part always reminds you of your failures, and those are the things that are in your subconscious mind. Like maybe some of the failures that, oh, you've done this so many times, why do you think it's going to work out now? Or you've exercised all along, it's never worked, why should it work this year? All those things, those things affect your mindset. And so I just wanted us to just talk a little bit about that, because sometimes how do we overcome those little mindsets that come to affect us, so that it like we know what we need to do, we want to do it, but we find ourselves kind of getting lost in the process.
Yeah. My thought process on that is sometimes you have to choose goals that are just not weight release goals. So, like for me, for instance, I understand that me dropping weight is a result. It's just a benefit of whatever I'm doing internally, right? And so basically my goal really is not the weight. My goal is to be healthy.
Yes.
So you know my journey. You know I hate the gym. I talk about this all the time. Y'all always laugh at me because I'm like, look, I am not the gym rat of the coaches bunch. But I do like to move, and I like activities. I like fun stuff. I like playing with my kids, playing with my husband. I like to run around. I like to, do stuff that ordinarily might for somebody else may be an activity. I'll turn it into an exercise. So I do that though because I like to do it. I'm not doing it because I'm thinking, okay, I got to go run 5 miles like I used to do in the military because I'm going to shed all this weight. No. And so my thing is sometimes we have to change our goals. We have to, instead of selecting a goal that is weight release or weight loss, whatever you call it, I would say choose a health goal, maybe connect it because, you always got to go back to your why. So, so connect it to maybe a family history of something. Like you may not have had anything with dealing with cancer, but you might have just had somebody in your family that died of cancer. And so you don't want to go that route and you want to break that generational line off of your own family. And so at the end of the day, you might want to, attach that why or that goal to that because as you attach it to that, guess what happens? You're going to form habits because that's the key word in this whole process. You're going to now start doing those habits that will lead to your desired goal. And so that's how I would think. First of all, change your why. Then don't let your why be about weight anymore. Make it be more emotional. If it's more of an emotional why that makes you burn on your inside and you're passionate about it, then that's different. I mean, some people, I don't know. Some people are definitely passionate about trying to be like Kim Kardashian, but they forget Kim Kardashian paid a lot for her body. And see, so that's the thing that, people don't look at the background of things when they see stuff, especially with social media, guys. Oh my goodness. Social media, that's just a whole, people just look at the external thing and now they all of a sudden, I guess I've never been the person to really follow trends or like follow people like that. I've always kind of, blazed my own little trail, but I know people have those issues where they are trying to identify with other people. So I say pray, definitely, like I said, find your own path and maybe change your why.
And that you are so on point with that because one of the things they even talk about is having a strong why. And so you have to I think that's what messes a lot of people is they set these goals but they don't have a strong why, because your why will help you to do those things that you don't feel like doing, because your motivation will not always be there because that's something new that you're trying to introduce, and your brain always wants to protect you. Your brain does not like anything new. So anytime you try to introduce, your brain is like this, the Secret Service. They're there to protect you at all costs. So if you never thought you had protection, just know your brain is right there, Secret Service, ready to protect you. So when you just start talking about, I'm gonna lose 50 pounds in 2021, all the agents of the Secret Service wake up and they're like, what? Are we losing our mind here? What is going on? This is so unfamiliar. We're not gonna do this. And that's the work of your brain. But you have to tell your brain, and you know what, and these are things that people think is just foolishness, but you have to tell your brain, look, I know this is different.
Look here, Secret Service, all you agents.
You tell this is different, but this is gonna be good for us. This is the path we're gonna take because this is gonna be good for us.
Yeah.
And another way to do that is to have write down 5 strong whys. Because sometimes if you just have a one why, you'll be like, you know what, I can say, okay, I want to live to be able to to play with my kids, you know, because maybe I want to lose weight so I can have energy to play with my kids. But then after some time, you know, you can be like, you know what, my kids will just come and play with me, like you know what.
Look, or my kids are about to move out. They getting out of high school. Look, they get ready.
I know. You're like, we don't need to play.
We're not playing no more. We're not even playing no more. It's okay. Yeah.
So you need to.
You give yourself a way out. You give yourself.
Yes, you give yourself a way out.
Yeah.
Or you have to have a very strong why, and so you have to think. So you have to take time to think about it, because I think people don't take enough time to just think about it, and you have to have a strong why, and then you write them down. Because once you write them down, then you'll be able to remember, okay, this is what we are working with. Once you become very clear about your why, then look at your why every day.
Yeah.
And because it's not familiar, so let your brain get comfortable with knowing that we are working towards this, because this is what we are going to accomplish.
Yep.
And so write down your whys, and then look at your whys every single day. And then after you look at your whys, start thinking of what habits do I need to start that will be able to help me maintain this why. Because sometimes, because regardless, habits are there to make you do whatever it is without having to think about it.
That's right.
That's why when you start to drive, you're always focused and you're looking at everything, looking at the mirrors, everything, you know. But once you get used to driving, it just becomes a habit. You don't even realize, oh, I just drove and got all the way home without even realizing what's happening on the sides, not even realizing anything, because it just became a habit. And that's how, and so you want to start habits that will be able to support your why.
Yep. I totally agree. And also, we don't want to forget the need for proper supplementation. And here's why supplementation is so important, because a lot of times we need help. We need help with this. Because if you were like me, where you love fried chicken, like, look, I'm from Georgia. I always say this every time I talk to people. Look, we will fry your thumb if you let us. Like, everything is fried toe jams, fried nails, look. Yes, all of it. Roll it up in some flour and put it in the frying pan. Boom. Right? And so when you have developed, and here's another thing I always tell people too, whatever you eat more of, that is what you're going to crave.
Yes.
So for me, another key component that helped me with mindset and helped me start shifting was developing a nutritional supplementation program. Yes, I knew about all of the things I need to do, more plant-based and stuff. But man, when I actually started doing a supplementation program where I was getting, here it is, guaranteeing my nutrients, making sure, because a lot of times with this soil that we're dealing with, since the 40s, all these other disease process came on the scene in the 40s, because all this kind of stuff before then, people weren't having dementia, people weren't having all these problems. Why? Because a lot of the things was in the soil that was richer. We don't have that kind of soil anymore. And so you have to make sure that you take your vitamins, your minerals. You just want to make sure that you supplement correctly, because at the end of the day, I always say all supplements are not created equal. So make sure that you're not just pulling stuff off the shelf, because a lot of those things don't even have all the nutrients that your body is going to be able to absorb and assimilate. And so you definitely want to make sure that you pick a good supplementation program. Contact Amy for that too. But anyway, she will hook you up seriously, because at the end of the day, that really changed the game for me, because I set that habit of even taking the supplements on a daily, because that was another thing, mindset. Like, because, you know, like you say, you buy all these other different supplements, but when you actually get on the habit of taking it, and now you're seeing and feeling the difference, the fried chicken cravings are lessening. You're like, wait a minute, what's going on? You know why? Because I'm guaranteeing that I'm putting that plant-based whole food nutrition in my body, and doing it supplementing plant-based as well. So, and that's a key component too that people forget about.
Yeah, that is so true, because I remember one time my vitamin D used to be so low, and I didn't even know it, such that it was so low that it was raising, I guess because of how, you guys who are in medical field, but it was raising my blood pressure. And because I was missing all this vitamin D. So sometimes you can be missing nutrients, and it's bringing all these other sicknesses that you have, but it's actually not really you. It's because of just what you're missing in your body.
That's right.
And then and it's so true. The more you start eating nutritious foods or whatever you eat, especially whatever you eat in the morning, really determines how your day is going to go. Because I remember when I used to stop every day at Chick-fil-A to eat the bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich. Yeah, woo! I used to. I used to stop and eat that every single day, and I loved it. And I remember when I was trying to break off of it, and now I just do my shakes. And guys, I hope you are following Janetta on Facebook and follow her stories, because I learned so many things from your stories. Sometimes I'm like, I didn't even know we could mix this and this. Okay, we're gonna mix this. Sometimes I look, I'm like, no, where did she get that from? Janetta has like her Facebook stories. Make sure you just follow her Facebook stories, and you'll be able to learn so much. You'll be able to learn so many different things. You can different mixtures, because I think I was so afraid of mixing things and all that. And so nowadays I've changed. Like even like I might want to drink because I don't really drink regular coffee, so I drink decaf, so it doesn't raise my blood pressure. But then now even just mixing different things like the GC control, nowadays I use that instead of the regular creamer, or I use different things that I've been mixing in my coffee in the morning, and it tastes so good. And then it changes how my day starts. So I feel full, and then it's also working on different things in my body, giving me certain nutrients that I need. So, but I think sometimes people just don't have the information, so they just don't know. Yeah, they don't know. And so it's really, guys, it's important. Reach out to me, reach out to Janetta. You can inbox us if you have any questions. And if you ask me complicated questions, just know I'll be reaching out to Janetta for answers.
Just know we're gonna do a 3-way call with you, right? Me and Amy.
Yes, just know it's gonna be a 3-way. So if you have any questions, we'll definitely be able to assist you with that. But it might not just be me, it might be her, or maybe 3 ways somehow. But we'll try to help you, because
it's
really
we really want to help.
It's really important, because this thing about weight loss. This thing about weight loss is so important, because I'm in the insurance industry, and I can tell you right now, if you're overweight, it's increasing your rate for insurance.
Wow.
So, or your chances of if you're overweight and there's certain things that if you're not taking good care of yourself, you can be paying $200-$300 more than someone who is just taking good care of themselves. So it's important to take care of yourself, and even to know that even if you've messed up so badly, you can start over. Because for me, that's what happened. Like I had after seeing all those different doctors, going to so many different things and everything, and now when I was able to lose weight, get off several medications, and nowadays I don't even take any medication at all. I'm just, if it's taking anything, I just take my vitamins and all that, but nothing prescribed or anything. And so just know that once you start taking care of yourself, after some time your body starts to regulate itself, going back to what it was originally meant to be. And so you'll be able to find yourself feeling stronger, able to, even like if it's playing with the children, you'll be able to play with the kids. You have more energy, you have more focus. But sometimes even that just lack of focus is just because of all the different things that you have. Like sometimes it depending on because your food affects your brain also.
That's right. Oh yeah.
Yeah, your food, your rest, and all those things affect your brain. So sometimes you might not be able to focus, and it's just because of what you're eating or what's going into your body, or all the chemicals and everything like that. So it's really, really important.
Yep.
Yeah. So anything else you want to add?
Well, Well, let me see. What did we want to touch? I think that's good. I
Mhm.
do have a free gift for your audience, for anybody that's
Yes.
listening. I just released a mini ebook, and it's titled Five Foods to Beat the Afternoon Slump. So, you know how, like, sometimes 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you're like, oh my gosh. Like, especially when I used to work, like when I used to be in the office, and man, I would literally want to go under the table at 2 or 3 o'clock. Like in the morning, you start off like Rocky Man, you going, you going, you going. By 2 o'clock or 3 p.m., you like, oh. And
Uh-huh.
so a lot of times, naturally we need like a little boost. And so I just kind of wrote this little mini ebook for you guys that you can check out. And I'll make sure that I put the link inside the chat. All you do is
Yes.
put your information in, and it'll come to you
Mhm.
straight from your email. So these 5 natural foods that can help you to beat that afternoon slump and give you some
Mhm.
energy, because that's
Yes.
what's key. Food
Yes.
needs to be for energy. Oh, you tell what you think. What do you think about my journal? Hey.
Yes. So, Miss Janetta also has a journal, and you can get it on Amazon. So it's called, if you just log in her name in Amazon, it's gonna pull up. And you'll be able to find her journal. It's called Prosper on Purpose, and it has different. It covers all the 52 weeks. And it has different scriptures on different topics that you can be able to focus on each week, and then you can write down in the journal what you thought about those scriptures, write down your goals, your
Mhm.
wins. Because sometimes it's important every single day to write down like what your wins, what was good
Mhm.
about today. And regardless of how your day was, there's always something good there's something good to write about. And then and it also helps you to focus on gratitude, because gratitude is just like, it's medicine, I tell you. Like, complaining can can scatter everything, but gratitude, when you're just grateful and taking time to just be grateful for every single day, that's such a powerful medicine. So those are some of the things you'll be able to find here in her journal, and it's on Amazon. So
Yes, thank you so
mhm.
much for that review. Thank you. Well,
Yeah.
you did the commercial. I'll drop both of the links in the chat for them. And that journal actually means a lot to me. I wrote that journal, I think, in 2017.
Mm.
And it actually was during that, after the phase of the bout of the breast cancer and stuff. And so literally the Lord just showed me those ways, those 5 ways to actually be able to heal from the inside out by just journaling. Journaling is so therapeutic. It's so
Yes.
therapeutic,
And yeah.
Yeah, it's so therapeutic. And so literally you're also going to have a place in there where you can actually color. And so I don't
Mhm.
know if you did any research about that, but coloring actually will stimulate a center in our brain, a creativity center, especially for
Mm.
busy people that you just kind of need to wind down. You just start,
Oh,
like, that's why as kids you doodle. We used to doodle a lot. And so they've actually did a lot of scientific research about coloring, adult coloring. And so I actually put some coloring pages in there as well. So it's packed out. You can do a little bit of everything in that journal. Set your goals, put your wins, write your gratitude, write yourself a note, and color. So
yes.
all in one little book. So
All in one book. Yeah, I like that about coloring. I'm gonna start coloring now. So when
yeah,
when you know how when you go to a restaurant and they bring the kids meal and then they bring the kids stuff,
yeah,
so I'll be coloring there with them. I'm just like, okay.
yeah. I love it. It makes you creative, and it's for me. It does. It sparks creativity. It makes me, oh yeah, that's what I needed to do. And then I just go to my journal and just start writing stuff down, or God will give me ideas about different things. So
Yes.
yeah, this has been
Yeah.
awesome.
Yes, and like when it comes to journaling is so powerful. I also have a journal that's coming up. It's called Breaking Limitations with Joyce Marendes, and it's a journal that's it has 63 days of quotes. And the reason people ask me why 63, and so they say you can. And this is by Dr. Caroline Leaf and Dr. Jody Spencer. They've talked about how when you want to change a habit, you can do it in 21 days, but for it to actually stick, you have to do another 2 sets of 21 days. So that's an additional 42 days, and it comes to 63 days. And so when it comes to journaling, that journal is about mindset. So every quote that you have for each day is focused on changing your mindset, because I think mindset is so powerful. And so when your mindset is jacked up, your life just reflects it, and your life is just going to be jacked up. And so for you to be able to for you to be able to change your mindset, you really have to make an active effort. And I think even journaling has become, it's very therapeutic. They say that journaling is almost, it's like meditation. It's just as powerful as meditation. Meditation helps your brain, and journaling also helps you release different things. It helps you write down what you're trying to accomplish. It helps you write down your emotions. Sometimes some of the outbursts that we have, or you can have all these different fights, and when, you can actually just write them down. And when you write them down, you feel a release, and it helps you to release. Yeah. So writing and journaling is so powerful, because I know not everybody is open to going for therapy, or not everybody can afford going to therapy, but at least everybody can at least get a pen and a paper and write down what they feel, write down their emotions, write down what they want to accomplish, write down, just release it by writing it down. And it's such a powerful tool. So guys, guys, just make sure, like I put my website there, it's breakinglimitations.now.com, and you should be able to find that journal. You can pre-order so that we can be able to once it arrives, it should arrive on the 17th. Once it arrives, you will receive it in the mail if you've pre-ordered, and it's going to be autographed. So, and of course we have all the Breaking Limitations gear. You want to make sure you also order that, because I always tell everybody, make sure you order, because it's going to be like Nike. When you see Breaking Limitations, you'll be like, I got the first shipment.
That's right. Claim it, girl.
Yes, I said, you better get your order now before.
How about this? It's going to be better than Nike, girl. Go ahead and claim
Yes, how about that? Yeah.
Especially the green one.
When you wear it, you are breaking limitations in your mind, limitations in your emotions, in your finances, in your family, in your body. You're breaking limitations, because this is the season for us to become everything God called us to be.
Amen.
And someone just mentioned yesterday how even through this pandemic, with everything just had to slow down and everything. And someone just said that God was actually removing the non-essentials out of our lives. Because because we had so many things going on. Life was so busy and everything. We didn't even have time to think. We are just going. But God allowed us to just have an opportunity to take a step back, to slow down, to realize we don't even need all those things we were really doing, or all those places we were going. We don't really need to do all that. We can actually survive with little, and also we can just take time to just reflect. And we have all these gifts and talents, and people can just do what they need to be doing. Because sometimes we were like, I'm too busy to write a book. But now when you're in lockdown, what do? Write a book.
Yes. and it's so funny, right? How we find something else to do.
Yes.
We just got finished saying, Lord, I want to have more time with you. Then he give you the time, and then guess what? You find something else to do. It's humans, this human nature. Humans.
Oh my gosh, we something. I know, because I was telling someone how I like to go to the office to work, because when I stay and work in my home office, there's always something to do. Like I'll be working, then I see, why did the kids leave their shoes on the hallway? Let me go check on that. Then you find something else. Then before you know it, this dishes, maybe let me just wash the dishes and then I'll get back to the office. Before you know it, you have wasted a whole day.
Gone.
Yeah. So that's another mindset.
That
you have to be disciplined.
That's a whole nother. Well, actually, we've done about 5 or 6 different shows in one show, but
I know
definitely. So hopefully you guys will come back and catch the replay. Put #replay. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Look.
Yes. Yes. All the people in the UK and people in Kenya. Make sure you put replay so we can know that you watched this. Let me go ahead and just acknowledge We have quite a few people who are watching. I have Mukami here who's watching. We have Faith watching us here. We have Pastor Kaburu who's also watching. We have Wendy from New York watching. We have Beth. Thank you guys so much for watching. Patricia, thank you guys for watching. We have Miss Plaza. Thank you for watching. We have Melva. We have Bunny. We have Antonia here also. Yeah, Miss Bunny said I need to do journaling. I need to journal her journey. Yes. And then Bunny said she tried ordering your book from Canada. Is she able to order? She should be able to order from Canada, right?
Yeah, it should. Does Amazon, do y'all have a different Amazon? Does Canada have the same Amazon we do?
I think they should. Yeah, they should. Yeah.
So I'll put the link there.
Yeah, Miss Janetta will put the link, and you should be able to order her journal from Amazon. Also, my journal, you can order it from my website. You should be able to receive it also from anywhere in Europe or in the United States. So yeah. And then I have let me see here. Someone else. Hi, Stella. Good to see Stella also, who has logged in. Yes, guys. So, guys, make sure. Faith says, gradually converting my household has shown a difference in our health.
Amen.
So, yeah, she says there has been a difference with my 3-year-old. Yeah, that thing about converting your house to make sure just everything you're using is organic it makes such a big difference. And then of course when you add even the food and everything that you do that you put on your body, just trying to be as organic as you can, that's really great. So
true.
Yeah. So this has been really good. I know we've been here for an hour now. And guys, so if you have any questions, go ahead and put them because we are winding down. We should be done shortly. So go ahead and put your questions in if you want, if you have any questions. And then our next session, we're going to have a next session. It's not going to be, it's going to be on the 22nd. I'm going to have a next session, and the reason being it's on a Monday because I won't be able to have one next Thursday because it's spring break, and I'll be taking some time off to to enjoy myself with the kiddos, and then try to just have some fun, and then we'll be having another session on Monday. It's going to be more on a mindset for change. So I'm going to focus on change management, how to manage change and what that looks like. How do you properly manage change? Because I know change is constant, but we are always resisting change. And so how we address change or how we embrace change is going to affect the outcome. And so even with this season, with the pandemic and all that, a lot of changes have taken place, but how we address those changes is going to affect even our mental health. Because there's just all over the world. Who would have thought that the whole world would come to a standstill? Man. But through it all, God is still on the throne. He wasn't shocked. He was like, I got this. And you have what it takes to break limitations.
That's right. With all those areas. That's right. And so you're right. And even on top of that, look what happened with Texas right after that. I mean, it was like what they call that pile-on effect. It was like boom, 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 boom. And so you're, when people say managing, or when they say stress kills, I used to say that a lot. But what it is the way you respond to stress that kills.
Yes.
And so that's that whole process of mindset when you talk about change, is how do you respond to the change? That's what's important about the whole matter, because changes are going to happen. As long as we're on this side of heaven, we're always going to have changes. You're always going to have trials. You're always going to have tribulations, which is 3 times the trouble. You're going to always have all of that. And so our job is to maintain. And one thing I wanted to bring up right quick too, before I forget, is I'm proud of you. You know why? Because you're talking about mindset when you was in your weight journey, But what we fail to realize is that you went to a coach. A lot of times people think they have to walk this journey alone. You don't have to. God has placed people here. I always tell people, I may not be your cup of tea. Amy might be your cup of tea. You know, Amy might not be your cup of tea. I may be your cup of tea. You just find the person that speaks to you and that makes your soul, you know, come on fire like the baby leaped inside, you know, Elizabeth at the time. You know, whoever makes your baby leap on your inside is your coach. And so that's what you want to go to, because your coach has that combination. So your coach, she knew what you did not know. And so my husband is a founding member of John Maxwell team. And so he talks a lot about that. He talks about how a coach is like looking at a mirror, is like looking and pointing at that frame and like, look, telling you, no, something, hey, we need to twist this. We need to make some alterations here. You know, they walk alongside of you with that journey and hold you accountable. And so it's okay to get help. I don't know why, especially look, some of us, I don't know why we feel like it's so difficult to call on somebody and be like, look, I need help. Hey, and here's the other part, and pay for it. Come on.
Yes.
Can I put that part on it? Like,
and that, you know what, that is also, that's just a whole training on mindset. Again, it's just it's just a whole changing the mindset of thinking that, you know what, I can do this by myself. And because sometimes it's so like, I have different coaches right now for different things. And I've discovered, because I discovered, you know what, I don't have to try and figure everything out myself. I have a parenting coach, because I realized during this COVID season that if I don't learn how to manage these children, I just realized I don't want to raise them up the way I was raised, but I don't have the tools to raise them up differently because I don't know. That's just not how I was raised. And so even trying to raise them up a certain way, I just had to get a coach for that. And then I had to get, of course, a business coach, and then also having a coach for my wellness. And then even just a coach, like whatever you need, there's a coach for everything. And it's important because when you invest in it, you will be motivated to take it seriously. But anything that's just offered for free, you'll be like, you know what, I don't care. I'll just do it next time, and then maybe I'll do it now. And that's even because I used to be so eager to just help people lose weight, but I discovered they don't care. Like, as long as it's free, they don't care. They'll be like, okay, yeah, I'll do what you said. And then after 6 months, they're back again. Oh, what did you say I should do again? And so just reorganizing ourselves, but getting a coach, having someone to walk alongside with you is really, really, really important. And even just if you're trying to change your mindset, like, that's my passion right there, about the mind. How can we change our mindset? Because for me, it's been a struggle. And now that I've gotten tools to know what to do and all that, it's slow, but it's doable. You can, when you have a mindset change, you can change anything in your life.
Oh, that's
nothing is, nothing is, because everything starts with your mind. And you know, I was listening to a message the other day, and they talked about like, even when God wants to do a new thing, He starts with your mind. That's why He was telling them in Isaiah that, behold, I'll do a new thing, and you know, will you not know it? And you know, he's talking about doing a new thing, but He's first wanting to change their mindset even before He tells them what that new thing is going to be, because He knows their mindset can cause them to get right back to Egypt, you know.
That's right. Real quick.
Yeah. So but this has been awesome, guys. Thank you so much for logging in. Thank you for staying on. And let me see, Bunny saying craziness still here, but we move forward in His will and ways. Yes, amen. Yeah. So thank you guys so much for logging in from the different parts of the country and different parts of the different countries and all that. Thank you so much for logging in. And for those who will be watching the replay, because I know I got quite a few people who said they'll be watching the replay, because it's nighttime for them right now, early morning, like 5 in the morning. So go ahead and just put it in there, letting us know that that you're watching the replay. And of course, if you have any questions, you can reach out to me or you can reach out to Miss Janetta. She has a wealth of knowledge. And then, of course, we're gonna have her book and the links for her book and also her information for her Facebook page also on the screen.
Yeah. Thank
Yeah,
you
so
for having me. Thank you.
yes, thank you so much for gracing us with your wisdom, with your knowledge. I always get so fascinated just listening to all the information about the holistic nursing and just seeing there's actually options out there that we can have, because that's the thing. We are not used to we're never even told that there's an option, that there's an option to everything. There's an option to everything. You don't have to just, especially, you don't just have to maybe like take medicine or just do stuff the way it's supposed to be. Just look at other options out there so that you don't have to suffer a lot of side effects. So,
Oh, that's so good. That's good. That's a good way to end it too. So good. Yep.
yes. So thank you guys so much. Thank you for logging in. And Antonia says this was so good. Thank you all. Thank you so much for being here. And definitely be blessed. And I'll be sharing this in different groups. And of course, if anybody has any questions, you can reach out to us. And I'll put my information here also. My yeah. I have my website there, Breaking Limitations, and my Instagram, and then also my website. So guys, you can also follow me there on social media. Okay, thank you so much, Miss Janetta. You be blessed, and I will see you in the back room for a few minutes before we finish the night.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much.